inside on the grounds of the People's House on the final night of the RNC. President Trump and a host of real Americans united the silent majority.
In the face of left-wing anarchy and mayhem in Minneapolis, Chicago, and other cities, Joe Biden's campaign did not condemn it. They donated to it. At least 13 members of Joe Biden's campaign staff donated to a fund to bail out vandals, arsonists, anarchists, looters, and rioters from jail.
Joe Biden is being told what to do by the radicals running my former party, the same radicals trying to install him as their puppet president.
How do we get to this point where so many young people are callous and indifferent towards human life? This isn't a video game where you can commit mayhem and then just hit reset and bring all the characters back to life. David is never coming back to me. He was murdered by people who didn't know and just didn't care.
Unlike the Democrats who are running in fear of the mob in the street, President Trump has never apologized for supporting police officers and standing up for law and order. Unlike the Democrats who froze in the face of rioting and looting, President Trump matches his words with his actions. He gives law enforcement the support and the tools we need to go out there and put a stop to it, period. End of story.
The murder of 4-year-old Legrand Talfero in Kansas City shocked the nation, but not Black Lives Matter or their many Democrat supporters. 17-year-old basketball star Brandon Hendricks was killed in the Bronx just days after graduating high school and on his way to St. John's to play basketball. He passed with only a brief mention. 1-year-old Davil Gardner Jr. was shot and killed in a stroller at a cookout in Brooklyn, and it caused no outrage. For President Trump and for us Republicans, all Black lives matter, and the lives of Legrand and Brandon and Davil matter to us. All lives matter to us. These continuous riots in Democratic cities gives you a good view of the future under Biden.
When the anarchists started ripping down our statues and monuments right outside, I signed an order immediately, 10 years in prison, and it was a miracle. It all stopped. No more statues. They said, that's just too long, as they looked at a statue. I think we'll rip it down. Then they said 10 years in prison. I think that's too long.
Right outside, the Soros army of division threatened to burn the historic St. John's Church down yet again. As Republicans left the RNC to walk over to their hotel, the BLM borg swarmed in on them.
How do you feel about police killing Black people in this country, in this city?
Anybody's right to due process.
How do you feel about police? How do you feel about the killing of Black individuals in America? Put your hands on me again, I'll you up. Put your hands on me again and I'll you up. Hands on me again and I'll you up.
Alright, get the out. We don't want you.
A bus limo was targeted by the morons, displaying their tactics of harassment, a far cry from anything resembling their right to assemble. This display was just a tiny preview of what is coming, as Adbusters' planned siege of the White House on September 17th comes into view, kicking off with the Soros-linked Refuse Fascism with a protest everywhere on September 5th. Is there any doubt that unless the National Guard is fully deployed, that by Election Day, Washington, D.C. could become a fiery husk of its former self, like so many unsuspecting cities across the country?
Just being stomped on and had the windows kicked out. Now someone has lit it on fire and it has really started burning.
John Bowne reporting.